Hey, what's going on, you all? Thank you for stopping by to watch another episode here at Investing with All I See is W. Well, today I wanted to make this video a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays video to share with you some insights on some hot picks I feel can add so much value to your investment portfolio before the year of 2020 ends and making headway into 2021. Now, these tickers that I'll be sharing with you, I feel like it can definitely experience bull runs. So that's why it's a great opportunity for you to consider making investments in these companies. Now, before I begin, though, I'd like to inform you that all of the information I'll be sharing with you should be used as guidance information only. And anytime when you do make an investment decision, always please make sure to do your own research and take my information as guidance. Now, let's get started. Well, first off, let me go ahead and put my doggy Kobe down. Okay, before we begin. Now, first ticker I wanted to share with you is Inovio Pharmaceuticals. Now, in the pre-market today, Inovio Pharmaceuticals shot up to close to 15% because the peer review was released. The share price during the end of the market today didn't go up that much. However, in looking at the peer review results, 100% of the 38 patients demonstrated effectiveness. That is great news, just knowing that the INO 4800 demonstrated safety, immunogenicity, and effectiveness. And this data has been published and validated by scientists that work on peer review. They live and breathe this data. So what I feel is that science and data is being pushed at the forefront. And the problem that I see with Inovio Pharmaceuticals is the fact that there's two products that are currently accepted through emergency use authorization, and that's Pfizer and Moderna. What's interesting is that Pfizer has been distributing their vaccines all around the United States. And what I know on a personal level is that one of my friends had taken the Pfizer vaccine. And in speaking with them about 2 days ago, I was curious and trying to understand whether he experienced any problems. And what he told me was that when he had taken the vaccine as a frontline healthcare worker, he experienced onset of pain throughout several days. Now, what we know is that Pfizer's patients haven't accepted the second dosage yet. So the question is, will the second dose provide an immune response, and will it provide any serious adverse event? And the fact that I know someone who had taken it and they're claiming that they had some problems early on, that just gets me kind of turned off by wanting to take Pfizer vaccine. I mean, I would necessarily take it because I just know that, come if I were to wait, there will be other possibilities for me to choose from. So I know Moderna has RNA-based design vaccine. However, RNA is considered very unstable compared to DNA. So that's why I feel like INO 4800 is going to definitely scale up if and when the health authorities give an all systems go green light to allow for commercial use of the INO 4800. And the unique thing about Inovio Pharmaceuticals is that they have been very proactive at planning to partner up with contract manufacturers to produce DNA plasmids all around the world. We have Japan, we have Germany, we have the United States. So that just tells you that Inovio Pharmaceuticals is ready to scale up with implementation through operations. And that's why I feel like the current share price is definitely undervalued right now, where it can definitely hover back up into the $30 share price range. And my target for exiting Inovio Pharmaceuticals remains the same at the $80 to $100 based on long-term investing. And let's not lose sight of Inovio Pharmaceuticals, because based on the peer review release data, there's humoral and T-cell response, and that has demonstrated 100% effectiveness to the 38 patients that were in phase 1 clinical trials. And anytime, it doesn't matter whether it's clinical trials or it's you're doing experiment on any type of experimentation you're trying to run, anytime when you have data that goes beyond 30 data points, then that is considered statistically significant. And that's why I firmly believe phase 2, phase 3 will demonstrate the likely characteristics as well. And from phase 1 clinical trials, adverse event reporting, there were single digit reporting on the very low scale of adverse events, while we know that with Moderna and Pfizer, there were more adverse event reported through the later phases at a more critical level with moderate to higher risk implications. So that's why I feel Inovio Pharmaceuticals right now is definitely a steal, and I feel like next week we will see bull runs coming. And let's not lose sight of what Inovio Pharmaceuticals can do for you, because I firmly would take a DNA-based vaccine or another derived plant-based vaccine. So let's not ignore what Inovio Pharmaceuticals can do for your investment portfolio. Now, the next ticker I wanted to share with you is Sorrento Therapeutics. Now, we know the CEO, Henry G., had released some Powerball news this week where the company initiated emergency use authorization on one of its 7 product lines. And at that time in the pre-market, it hovered up about 6% and ended the market with a plus 20% gain. However, we see a slight drop today, but I feel like with this ticker, the fact that it's in the single digit share price range around the $7, it can definitely hover up to the $15 coming very soon, coming in Q1 of 2021. So Sorrento Therapeutics has 7 products. So if you think about it, if there's 7 products will go through 3 phases of clinical trials. So that's about 21 milestones to achieve, while at the same time you're getting like public release about CLIA accepting Inovio Pharmaceuticals, providing a license to do clinical sample testing. So that just tells you that Sorrento Therapeutics also has a wide range of different products intended to be used for COVID-19. And we know COVID is not going away, and that's why any company that's working on COVID-19 solutions will definitely be in high demand. So that's why parking your money in companies like this can definitely add value to your investment portfolio. Now, the next ticker I wanted to share with you is VBI Vaccines by the ticker VBIV. Although the share price did take a single digit drop today, we know that now the share price is in a healthier state. I know previously, about a month ago, the share price was hovering at the low $2, and now it's at the mid-range low $3, so at least it gained 33% in value. And the question is, can it run back up to its prior resistance, which is $6? I definitely feel that it can, because now we're beginning to see positive return on cash flow with its product line Hepcyt B that's already commercially being used in Israel. And the company actually filed for marketing authorization weeks back to Europe, as well as filing a biologics license application to the Food and Drug Administration weeks back to allow for commercialization within the States. Now, can you imagine how much sales growth that would be if and when the Hepcyt B is approved for use in the States as well as in Europe? That just tells you that potentially hepatitis B can be cured, because we know traditional vaccines for hepatitis B isn't working that well, because why do we have such a large scale of hepatitis B infected patients, right? So this can definitely be a game changer, and VBIV can shoot up into the double-digit share price range, I feel like, come possibly Q1 of 2021. So let's not lose sight of what this Massachusetts-based company can do for you. All right, now the next ticker I wanted to share with you is IBIO by the ticker IBIO. Now, this company is led by a CEO that has been in place since 2020. Now, I do feel like the fact that Tom has assembled a strong core for the clinical, financial, and operations program, I feel like this company will begin to reverse trend, and we're beginning to see that too, right? Because we started becoming fearful at the fact that the share price may drop down below the $1 threshold. However, we're seeing a reverse trend, and now it's hovering back up like at the $1.20. The question is, can it reach back up to $1.50, up through $2.50? I feel like the bullish moments will come. And according to just with the prior public release, there's discussions about investigational new drug submission being filed in the month of December. So that just tells us we have a few days left remaining come next week, and we shall hear some news on whether the IBIO 200 and IBIO 201 are now accepted in clinical trials. So that's why I feel like let's not lose sight of what IBIO can do. And we know that now it's working with ATP Therapeutics to support the development and production of antibodies, right? Monoclonal antibodies. And that's why IBIO will begin to get positive return on cash flows, not from its design of the vaccines, but becoming a contract manufacturer of ATP Therapeutics, a company that's based out in Belgium. So that just tells you there's partnerships that's happening, and the company is positioning itself to mature. And when a company matures, the share price will grow because there will be more buyers and sellers, and that's what's going to drive the share price all the way up again. And we know that it's been X amount of months where the relative strength index has been cooled off, and we haven't seen a bull run up since back in like June timeframe, and now we're in December, so it's been, one half of a year. Now I feel like, let's not lose sight of iBio because it can definitely make a run, and we know all these biotech companies are getting, unexpected share price increases just out of nowhere. So it's just making its rounds. So let's not lose sight of the potential you can gain from iBio. Now, the next ticker I wanted to share with you is Northwest Biotherapeutics. So this is a ticker called NWBO. Now, what I like so much about the company is the fact that the share price is continuing the trend up. Now, today the share price actually gained 20% gains, and we know this company is in phase 3 clinical trials at this time, looking very solid. And the share price was at the low $1.30, and now it's up to like the 160, 170 just out of nowhere today. And this company can definitely break through the $3 to $4 range, I feel like, come Q1 of 2021 with NWBO. And I'm just going to quickly jump over to the next ticker, but I'd say monitor NWBO, because if you want to gain on positive proceeds, this company can definitely do it for you. Now, the next ticker I wanted to share with you is non-related to the biotech sector, and that is quantum computing by the ticker QUBT. Now, one interesting news about this company is that Congress is in discussions to provide a stimulus of $10 billion to support quantum computing and artificial intelligence establishment all around just the United States. And that just tells you that there's going to be an increased demand. And I feel like the fact that QUBT is getting this support from Congress, then it will go hand in hand with like digital currency, right? Because everything is now going cloud-based. We're seeing operation paperless, and we don't have tangibles anymore. Everything's all software driven. And that's why I also have my money parked in QUBT, because I do feel like it can add significant value from a technical standpoint. This ticker I was recommending at like $3, $4, and it hovered all the way up in the prior week up to like $25, although it took a drop where it's gone back down to like the low double-digit share price range around the $11. I feel like this is definitely a value add play because we're beginning to see accumulation. It didn't go all the way down from its high peak, right? From like 25 to like $3 to $4, right? It's establishing ground at the double digits at $10, $11, $12. And for me, I feel like come next week, it can definitely get another peak because this company has been bull running like in the prior weeks. And let's not lose sight of QUBT. This is like a disruptive technology sector that investors are beginning to notice. And if you want to capitalize, you want to capitalize early, because if and when Wall Street knows about it already, then that means you're a little too late to capitalize on significant positive proceeds. So that's why I'm recommending to you to kind of diversify, get into different sectors, and QUBT is a hidden gem company that can do it for you. Now, the last ticker I wanted to share with you is Emerald Bioscience. EMBI is the ticker. This company is a biotechnology company that is based out in San Diego and also has facility sites in Long Beach, where this company leverages cannabinoids, where it has developed a medication intended to be used for patients experiencing glaucoma. And what glaucoma is all about is patients experiencing potential sudden eye vision loss. Depending on the severity, you can have blindness, and that's irreversible, right? So how do you prevent that? Well, the key thing is glaucoma is developed through continual pressure buildup through your optic nerve intraocular pressure. And one way to reduce intraocular pressure, we know back in the 1960s through traditional use of cannabis, it has definitely brought down the pressure of your intraocular pressure, and that's through ingesting the smoke, right? Now, patients can't really be doing that, and one way to actually get it through the eye is to also add amino acids such as valine as part of the medication, so that once it's added into the eye, as well as the cannabinoids with special solvents, then it will activate and be able to travel to the posterior end of your eye, and where it will bind with the receptors that you have all around your eyes and even to your optic nerve, and that will definitely help patients with glaucoma have a reduced intraocular pressure, and that's really the way to prevent having vision eye loss. And I firmly believe in the technology, right? I mean, the only difference is you're adding amino acids so that the chemical will be able to go into the eye. It's just a mode of delivery that you're working on. You're designing a medication where the mode of delivery is going through your eyes, and by adding amino acids, it allows for the cannabinoids to work and do what it can do. So that's why I feel EMBI can definitely gain significantly. And from my perspective, I feel like the share price where it is today compared to where it was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, the share price was 3 cents. Well, just recently, the share price hovered up to like the six cents range, and it's gone back down to like the 4 to 5 cents. Now, I do see continual growth of the share price, and we know the 52-week high was around the 20 cents, and if you expand that out by a year and a half, the share price was actually in the whole dollar value. Can you imagine if you invest in this company and the share price can gain up to the whole dollar value? You can do the math there to see what your fold increase will be. Now, I do foresee potential 50-fold increase because one of the employees from NWBO Pharmaceuticals, who previously worked as the VP of Operations and Finance, is now the CEO of EMBI. So the fact that we have an employee from NWBO Pharmaceuticals, now the CEO of this company, in terms of marketing, operations, clinical programs, I'm confident that the scalability of EMBI will definitely grow and mature, and for those reasons, the share price will grow as well. And that's why I feel this ticker can be a significant gain for you if you take that risk and you're bold with this investment strategy. And that's what I wanted to share with you. So overall, these are the tickers I wanted to share with you, and I hope that this video was valuable. Before Christmas, I sort of feel like this is a Christmas gift for you all for supporting my channel, and I hope that we all can gain on positive proceeds. And I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think and what tickers you actually like from what I've shared with you so far. And please let me know if you have any questions, and if you have any comments on how I can improve with my videos, or if you have any particular questions about the stock tickers that I have shared, please just leave some comments and questions below, and I'll definitely get back to you. And just want to say happy holidays and have a wonderful Merry Christmas with your family and friends. And I just want you all to just share moments of gratitude, and let's all just develop a growth mindset and also win on positive proceeds with the tickers I've shared with you. So once again, thanks all for following me, and if you haven't done so, please hit the like and subscribe for more related content. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, all.